Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Mystic Junkies podcast, the history and mystery comedy show. We're doing another one. We're doing one about leprechauns.
Hey,
Right, we're covering. And I like to push back against the inclination that I'm the one who's presenting this fucking episode. I'm not. Okay. So
He is Irish though,
Yeah.
but I am too. So we all got.
We're all a little Irish. We got a little Irish in us.
Because the Irish fuck everybody.
Exactly. We'll take anything we can get. All right.
Of course, we're not
talking-
picky. We're not picky.
We're talking about some leprechauns this fine evening.
Leprechauns.
Do I go?
Go.
Go.
Okay.
Get it.
Leprechauns, 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 leprechauns. Yeah, leprechauns. Which, of course, I'm Scottish and Irish, and mother Scottish, father side Irish, and I love the whole thing. And I love the St. Paddy's Day thing, and so this was fun for me to do. But there's not, leprechauns are just a mystical creature, Celtic. They're a lone wolf fairy.
Yeah.
The lone wolf fairy.
Yeah.
They don't
Bachelor fairy.
Yeah, they don't clan up. They don't get in groups. You never see a bunch. If you see a bunch of leprechauns together, it's
They wear red. Oh no, green.
they can wear red.
But if
Originally.
they're in groups, they're in green.
Oh,
If they're
really?
by themselves.
No. Here's where you got
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Here's where you got that. And this is because you were smoking something really fucking good when you read
Always,
that.
every day.
See, fairies are communal. Fairies like to be together. Fairies are green. They like to be in green. But a leprechaun fairy, leprechauns are by themselves. They believe there's something that leprechauns are the illegitimate children, the unwanted children of fairies that are cast out.
Yep.
And they will wear red jackets. You see them in green, but they like the early ones were mostly in red with 7 buttons on either side. That was like
4 of them.
like their thing, But they're mischievous. They're known to be mischievous. They're not, as one writer said, they're not wholly good and they're not wholly evil. They're just kind of mischievous.
Yeah.
And and just like the joke, there's a good leprechaun joke. It's I say it's good. It's disgusting, really.
There we go.
So the guy, a man is in a men's room using the bathroom at a stand-up urinal, and next to him walks in a leprechaun, a little tiny guy, and the guy looks at him and he's comments, you look like a leprechaun, and he goes, I am a leprechaun, and he goes, you can have a wish. And he goes, okay. He goes, but I have to have my way with you for you to have a wish.
Interesting.
And he goes, but you can wish anything you want, one wish. And he goes, okay. So he drops his pants, and the leprechaun has his way with him. And afterwards he goes, okay, here's my wish. And the leprechaun goes, well, let me say one thing before that. How long is it you've been believing in leprechauns? It's the joke. So, a little person, took it. Yeah, well, anyway, you get the gist.
Just got
of it.
raped by a little person.
You got raped by a leprechaun. A little.
Well, it wasn't rape. It was
One rape. It was
Well,
no, it was
Is it if
But that was
you
the kind
thought
of-
it was a leprechaun?
But that was the kind of thing a leprechaun would do.
little mischievous
That's right,
bastard.
that's
Right?
And so leprechauns were cobblers. They were shoemakers. That was their hobby. That was their thing they liked. And from what I understood, not very good at it.
No.
Not like they weren't like wonderful magic shoes.
Love that.
Yeah, they were
They're
just
like, we're shit at it for the rest of time.
yeah. They just like to fuck around with shoes. And they said the main reason they like to fuck around with shoes is because they move around a lot, so they wear out their own shoes. So I guess they're cheap fuckers, so they're gonna make their own shoes. And but they do acquire wealth. They acquire gold, and how they acquire, because if you catch a leprechaun, you either get a wish, a grand wish, or the pot of gold, right?
You don't get both?
if you want that to be your wish, you can, oh no, I think you're right.
think you
In
get-
some cases, you get the pot of gold and a wish. So don't make. In some cases, you get. I remember that you get three wishes. Don't
3 wishes.
wish for 4.
No.
Fucking genie
4
shit.
fucks you up. You know, don't get greedy with the leprechaun.
This is the plot of Leprechaun 3.
Yes.
No, the 3. What do you mean? Like, there's like 50
And
of
how
them by
where
now.
leprechauns get their gold is from during wartime. People bury their wealth,
The Danes.
hide their wealth,
The Danes.
and the leprechauns steal the wealth of the people that died in war. They know where it is, and that's where they get that they acquire the wealth, according to what Wikipedia said. And how can you believe that? But no, that, and then. So that was it was just that kind of a folklore that grew through the years, and then when it came to America, we made it the sponsor of
made it
Lucky
into a
Charms.
cereal, yeah.
Made it a cereal.
Duh.
The most famous leprechaun
We
of
make
all.
everything edible.
Absolutely. Totally the most famous leprechaun.
had read that.
Other than the Boston Celtics.
Fighting Irish.
Masquerade, or
Second
the Fighting
most popular,
Irish,
probably.
Fighting Irish,
Masquerade, guy,
Mascot.
mascot,
Masquerade.
and I think,
Masquerade.
and not masquerade. I just like that word. And then on my end is at about back in the 70s. I think it was around 1975. A group of guys in Memphis, and I was where I was there going to college and working in bars. A group of guys I knew there that were in the bar scene started the St. Patrick's Day pub crawl in '75, and I was a leprechaun. I was Mr. Leprechaun, and I am honored that this year I will go back to Memphis to Beale Street. Which I've done this a few times before. They have the St. Patrick's Day parade on the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. There'll be 40,000 people there. It's like a mini Mardi Gras thing. And this is the 50th anniversary of the whole thing. And I will recreate
Fuck yeah.
the
That's
leprechaun.
awesome.
The leprechaun.
We should all go see him.
You should all go. It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
it's gonna be
we
quite
probably gotta work.
it will be quite fun. It will be quite
We
fun.
probably have to work.
So that's kind of your leprechaun. What I found about the leprechaun. I mean, did you guys?
I got
have
some shit. The
any
Ishi
other-
fairies,
any other-
man.
Wow.
You heard about the Ishi fairies?
No, I didn't
Ishi?
hear about the
Like
Ishi fairy.
Well,
Inishi?
Ishi, EES space. Whoa, holy shit.
I was a leprechaun.
He's like, don't
They're-
talk
no,
about me.
They're known to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
They are.
That's
That
what
could've
it
been a
sounds like.
leprechaun,
I'm
right?
not a fucking leprechaun.
No, there's a
That's what I was
leprechaun.
gonna say.
There's a leprechaun fucking with Mikey right
damn,
now.
I'm way
is
too
what we're
big to
saying.
be a leprechaun.
No, oh no.
Framing you right
I was gonna get into the Ishis, but this is what leprechauns have been known to do: is like jack your shit, fucking even throw your be mischievous, turn your like boiling water or your stove on till it boils over, fucking throw your furniture around, and has been known.
Stop pointing at me while you're saying
No,
this.
because no, he just fucked with you. So, and throw babies. Straight the
those
fuck
are-
up.
I was gonna say that is a huge leap.
Huge, no, yep. They will
Huge
throw
leap.
your
For a
baby.
baby, yeah.
They will throw your baby.
They do have superhuman strength.
They will throw
are
your fucking baby.
extremely strong
Yep.
and tiny. And you were talking about
the
them
Ishi.
wearing red.
Well,
It's-
okay.
They started off in red.
Well, okay. So they started
then it-
out
and then it changed to
a solo leprechaun, aka fairy, is in red, and if they were hanging out in groups, they were in green.
They
Because
don't hang out in groups. They're not
well,
friendly.
that's the
They're
whole
just
thing. Dude. No,
loners.
leprechauns. They're called leprechauns when they go outside the fairy green. They're not green anymore. They're red, and they're a leprechaun.
And what are they called if they're not in
They're called fucking leprechaun. That's what I know. Okay, so okay,
just
this is one of the
confused
main stories. The Ishi fairies that exist within Irish mythology.
Uh-huh.
They're called Ishi. Leprechauns don't appear in any Irish myths.
No,
they
it's an
don't at all.
Americanized thing.
It's an American. The lore made it up.
Yeah.
And they may be ancestors to humans, spirits of nature, or gods or goddesses themselves. And people feared them and even made sacrifices to them. And when the new religions came in, that's when, well, their power, supposedly, they lost their power, shrunk down, and became leprechauns.
Interesting. So, I had read that it was mostly an Americanized thing. It was when the Irish were facing a lot of xenophobia in the United States, and they were trying to make Irish people appeal to more people, so they adopted the leprechaun as this like
Little
sort of
cute thing.
well, yeah, a harmless sort of a thing, and then of course xenophobia took over, and that's when they started blaming shit on it. And they're like, it's not, it'll throw your baby, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, one of my favorite racial jokes actually is like, man, he was racist. He was old racist too. Like he still hates the Irish. Like that is always funny to me because people always forget that the Irish took a lot of shit when they got here. So yeah, that's what I read about it, is that they were kind of brought into the St. Patrick's Day parade and stuff like that, and it was really just a ploy, marketing scheme, if you will,
Supposedly
Marketing
of
scheme.
innocence,
Yes.
and love and loveliness.
Yes.
Supposedly they hated schools.
See what I'm saying? You just keep
I'm
adding.
telling you,
it's a
bro.
laundry list of bad
there's
shit.
so much that they hated schools because, and as soon as a school came in, they would move out. And I'm telling you,
everybody
I'm
hates
telling you
kids,
straight up,
right?
this shit
like
is
children.
this is like racist as hell, dude. No, I
Yeah,
totally believe that leprechauns were a way to kind of look down on little people back in the day.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Let's go into
Straight
that.
up.
I like your
Well,
conspiracy
we're
theory.
going into that, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they got all this mysticism behind them, and it's just pretty much what it seems like. Little people fucking with the establishment that doesn't believe in them, and fucking with them. So yeah, if you don't believe in me and you're gonna like look down upon me, maybe I might come up in your house and throw your baby.
Maybe
Did they ever mention how far they would throw the baby? I mean, it's just like tossing into a chair or like across the fucking room against
Out
the
the
wall.
fucking window, man. Like,
Wow.
I don't know.
Like a football, just
Yeah.
They can attack with no warning.
I just want to get like boiling your water over your stove is one thing, but then just like throwing your baby, like where
I
did
know.
the
No, they like to be mischievous, throw furniture, move shit
That's-
around.
that's
fuck
way
your shit
past
up.
mischievous.
And then no, if you
So
really
it
pissed
was-
them off, throw your fucking baby.
It was an accident then, right? The throwing furniture, and they didn't
and they just
realize the
accidentally
baby
grabbed
was
the baby?
on the
Crib.
furniture.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
It
they
was
just
an
like to throw babies.
The
accident.
baby
Dental
just happened to
chip.
be there.
Yeah.
Maybe they were.
He didn't know the baby
they're
was
small
there. The baby
people,
was sleeping.
and maybe
He
they
couldn't
hated
see over the top
small
of the
babies
sofa.
that got big.
Just picked it up.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There goes
Flying
the
baby.
baby.
I think you meant to say that they thought the baby was their equal.
No,
And they were-
no, not at all. They knew the baby wasn't going to be their equal, so they tossed the baby.
Okay.
That's my.
Seems like lots of people are jealous of babies.
There's a real love-hate relationship
I
with
know,
babies.
it's
It always
insane.
has been.
Yeah, remember,
little
don't shake your
freeloaders.
baby.
Yes.
Don't throw your babies.
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
The
yeah.
doctor
Please
will
don't
tell
throw
you.
your babies.
No
It
baby
doesn't
throwing.
help.
Unless
Nope.
you're a leprechaun.
Well,
Apparently.
don't even do it then if you think you are. Fuck. No.
So you really have me fascinated with this.
Well, okay.
And
the
film
Oxford
it.
definition, which was pretty cool. Leith Brogan. Brogan. It may be the possible
That's,
origin
excuse me,
of
excuse me. That's brogan.
Brogan. Yes, Leith
More
Brogan.
Brogan.
Yeah,
More
let's-
phlegm.
Okay, Leith Brogan.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. So Leith Brogan might have been the possible origin of the word leprechaun, meaning because it meant shoemaker, and
Right.
or lucrepon, which also meant small body. So
Little people.
little people, exactly, and we know there's little people everywhere, man, and they're cool as shit.
I like the part where you said that you almost declared them as a race earlier. You're like, it's racism against them.
What would you call it?
Prejudice?
Biological.
They're not a race.
It's
Well,
prejudice.
why not?
Prejudice.
Yeah, but
that's
why
better.
not? Why not? We'll call it, I would.
Like
if,
the
if Jewish- like,
the
I'm not gonna
dwarves.
get into this. I'm not
Yeah.
getting canceled, motherfucker.
The dwarves of Elrond.
I got
yeah.
mad. I got mad. Yeah, exactly. Goddamn right, man.
They come down from the mountains.
The little people race. It's amazing.
Well,
They come in all colors.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy how they come in all colors.
I
and
believe I gotta be
shapes.
fucking
Just
away.
one
They-
size.
this is
Just
fucking-
one
Just one
size.
size, little.
Yeah, little. Black, white,
But little.
But little.
Just little.
Just
little
little.
guys. There's just one.
Yeah.
That
So
Riz.
there's supposedly 4 variations of them too, motherfucker. You know
That's
this?
right.
Yeah.
Let's get
The wait, I gotta do it. Flemmy.
Flemmy.
Lagerman.
What?
The Lagerman. Lagerman. Found in Northern Ireland. It wears a red coat, white pants, and those worn by British infantry,
Right.
and a broad-brimmed pointed hat. These are all like actual stories from these things. So that's why I thought maybe it's like little people
Didn't
that
they
stole
sta-
some British fucking troop
Didn't they
shit.
stand on the point of their hat or some crazy shit?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, there was
but
something there. I read
they
that.
were found in Northern Ireland, and then there's the Lugradon, which were a form from Tipperary, Ireland. Red coat with a jockey hat, and a sword is a magical wand. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't there one that just guards your liquor?
Oh, there was a dude. No, there was a story.
I've
of the
heard of
guy.
that.
They
There was
got
a
their
story.
own liquor.
No, he's right though. No, there was a story
it's like
of an
There's some of them that just liquor.
Irish of a leprechaun that guarded a
cabinet.
giant wine. He guarded a huge wine.
Winery?
Like winery or a cavern or whatever,
Yeah, what do they
and
call
he
that?
was the one guarding the wine.
Right.
Yeah. They're all known as fucking drunk partiers, and that's why Irish little dude. I'm
That's
sure Irish
racist.
little people are fucking huge partiers.
And you know, I also did you read about the liquor? And I think it was pronounced poutine.
Poutang?
Poutang.
Poutang.
Good old
Poutang.
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 It ain't poontang, but
Poontang.
yeah, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
poutine
Yeah,
probably.
got a
but
little
hey.
bite to it. Anyway,
Yeah, it does always.
yeah.
Always has a little bite to it, especially
you
before
get
a
past
shower.
it, though. It's okay.
Yeah.
But-
Before a shower.
No,
Dang.
but I'd never heard of that Irish. It's Irish moonshine, is what it is. It's homemade. It's a homemade liquor.
Interesting.
And they were talking about the leprechauns, drinking that whiskey. And I've never heard of it.
And dandelion tea.
And it is illegal in the United States. You can't. It's like I say, it's moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Unlicensed.
and it's a clear. It was the precursor to whiskey, to the brown whiskeys, because this was more a clear vodka-ish.
Distilled different.
Yeah.
Probably potato
White
based.
lightning. White lightning.
White lightning.
White lightning. It's the white lightning. The leprechauns are making the white lightning. We call it the poontang.
Yeah, they do.
You call it because you give a lassie that and you'll get all the poontang you want.
Dude, you just went
Glory be to God.
You just went Jamaican at the end of that one. That was great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But okay, so we got those two. I'm gonna
Oh, there's
tie
more.
this together, bro.
So
There's two more.
Yeah.
There's two more. The Luricon, found in Kerry, is a fat little guy with the face, red face, and his red jacket, and he had 7 rows and 7 buttons. So 7 rows of 7 buttons. So it's-
49.
Yep. Good job.
49 buttons.
You are a
math.
mathematician.
Thank you.
Okay.
Math, I like it.
That's a lot of buttons.
It's a lot of buttons.
I mean,
But the jacket was
Yeah.
never buttoned.
Heavy
The
jacket.
jacket was never buttoned.
Yeah,
He's a fat
That's
guy.
fine,
Yeah, he's,
buttons.
he's a little portly fat guy.
Time you get them all fastened.
So he couldn't
So-
close
He
it.
can
He
call
can
them
never
buttons.
close his own jacket.
They're really just decoration.
This is where he wears a bucket as a hat. He wears a bucket as a hat. Yeah, and that was the one in Kerry. And this is what makes me think that these were just a bunch of little people fucking with people in Ireland back in the day. Because they're from Northern Ireland to Western Ireland to Southern Ireland. There's stories of these little people. And then they got the Clericon that lives in Monaghan? Monaghan? Am I getting that right? Monaghan! Yeah.
Even if you pronounce it wrong, pronounce it with force.
He seems like
Monaghan.
Monaghan!
Monaghan, and then nobody'll challenge you. Just
Well,
say Monaghan.
This little fucker was like he seemed like the metrosexual of them all. And like he wore
good-looking one.
Yeah, well, he wore a fancy red coat. He had a green vest underneath,
course he
black
did.
stockings, shiny black shoes, and he wore a pointy hat.
Charmer.
Upon curly hair, and and he
I like
loves to
this
get
one.
drunk in taverns.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
On
like
the
a
Poontang.
Pokemon evolution of
Yeah.
leprechauns.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Yeah, it kind of evolved until now it's on a box of
It
fucking
is kind of
cereal.
like Pokemon. Got to catch them
yeah,
all.
yeah. Like he evolves into.
If you want to get the gold, you got to catch him, right?
Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you gotta
There's-
collect all 49 buttons.
Yes. In Ireland,
when
what a
he'll
thing that
evolve.
would be. It's like, well, you got to get all 7 leprechauns and their 49 buttons, and if you
Yes.
do,
Oh shit.
you
You're
can
rich
lead.
forever.
You can lead the country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair,
they'll
yeah.
let you be the prime minister.
And then
Yeah.
you can sell all the cereal you want.
Yes,
After that.
absolutely. All the purple moons,
Stars.
whatever you
Golden
want,
rainbows,
whatever you want.
rainbows,
Yes,
yeah.
All that shit.
whatever.
Did you know you can just buy the marshmallows?
Yeah.
They sell just the marshmallows.
That's,
Dude,
that's a little much.
They sell the lucky. They sell just the Lucky Charm marshmallows.
Yeah, they sell the bag of just the marshmallows.
Where do you get
and
that?
it's $5,000
Is that
a
For
bag.
research purposes.
Do you have to go online? Do you have to go
I
online
have to.
and order them, or is that at Whole? Or is that
I've
at Whole
seen them in
Foods?
the. I've seen them in the store before, but I
Organic.
you should order them.
Trader Joe's will sell anything.
Or
Yes.
organic leprechaun marshmallows.
Organic Lucky Charms marshmallows.
My grandson Zayden, he just got into marshmallows like crazy, man. And I got to get those. I got to know because he's
nothing
nuts.
says balanced breakfast.
Nut,
like a bowl of
that first thing in the
marshmallow
morning.
You were
A
saying
little hot cocoa and some marshmallows, baby. There's nothing like that. Start your day.
You were saying that they were the gold
Pot,
pots.
the gold pot.
Yeah, the gold pots. They were like stealing them and shit. I read some.
No, they weren't
videos-
stealing it. They were stealing the. They were stealing
from dead people.
the
Doesn't count.
the war chests of the dead people that they would. The war's coming in, and so they hide their.
Oh, they hid
They
their
hide it, and then when they die, the leprechauns know where it is, and they go get it.
I read this thing that supposedly the Danes buried their pots of gold all around Ireland
Mm-hmm.
and put the leprechauns in charge to watch their gold.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Yeah, that
But
was a
that
weird
would make
one.
sense because then they turn around and they're like,
You can't have it
"Steal
back.
this
Yep.
shit."
You know,
Although-
find it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah,
why
I'll
you
watch
don't
it
see
for
it.
ya.
I want to check into that because on my mother's side, the Leslies in Scotland, one of my relatives was the head of the Danish army.
Oh shit.
So
Let's get this shit.
Probably,
Let's
I probably
fucking-
got some insider information on
Let's
this.
fucking do this.
Maybe
Let's
the
fact check this
leprechauns.
shit.
Maybe they did both. Maybe that was their like supplemental income. You know.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe
Hell yeah.
so.
Yeah, or if you couldn't pay them, they just take it.
Right.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah,
right.
That's right. We know where it is.
Damn right.
Nobody else knows where it is.
Have you read the association with like where the rainbow came into play
No,
during your research?
no.
Good Christ, this will be great.
Well, well, of course.
I was so hoping you would have.
I did. I did.
I
It
was-
kind
I
of
kinda
reminded me.
expected it.
It kind of reminded me about the episode that we did about the djinn. You know how the djinn is very mischievous and
Yeah.
they're very clever and that type of thing, and sometimes they're hidden in lamps or bottles. Well, as legend has it, I guess there was a poor farming family in Ireland, and they were working in their fields one day.
Just one.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Poor farming
Just one.
family.
This particular story
only
has
one
to
that
do
ate
with that one, right? So they were working in their farm, and the farmer was picking up the carrots, you know, bringing it in for dinner, for harvest or whatever. And when he picked it up, the leprechaun was attached to the bottom of it. So he captured it, and, you know, obviously a prized possession and a very treasured find, said, I've got you. But the leprechaun, obviously being very clever
Bit
and witty,
him.
no, he said, well, you know, I'll grant you anything. So they were all excited, and the wife and the farmer started naming all the things that they wanted because he was supposed to grant him a wish. So they wanted new farm tools, new equipment, a new home. And they couldn't decide, and they were bickering and arguing, so the leprechaun interrupted and said, look, you can have that and more if you can just get my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So they were scurrying, and they were so excited that they just, you know, dropped him and then left to go pursue the end of the rainbow, which the leprechaun knew,
found.
you know,
a lie.
wasn't really a location. So he kind of winked and then left the family to go off on their
Merry way.
on their future of never-ending, you know, search for fictitious
Golden,
fortune,
yeah.
which they never found. So it's kind of like a fable about, you know, greed, about many things, but
That's
but
awesome.
that was the
Yes.
that was.
How
kinda
long
like the
is it you've
connection.
been believing in leprechauns? Yeah, and as you say that, I think that every kid hears that story, or at least in this culture.
Yes.
Hears that story about the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I don't know it's you guys, but it's like I remember being little and seeing a rainbow. One of those rainbows that's just perfect.
Magical.
It's just that perfect. It's
so
not
bright,
it's
faded.
just
see it all.
boom. It's just there.
Yep.
And you go,
Running.
I know where you can see where the end. You think you can, and you just really believe. And I remember I got so lost. like
Helicopters.
all of a sudden there was an Amber Alert. And it's like, oh my God, they're just looking for the rainbow.
Where were you, little Les? Looking for a rainbow.
I also like the idea that that started with one family and one leprechaun. So this one leprechaun went to all of his friends and was like, "Hey guys, if you ever get caught,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
humans are dumb.
Yep.
So just tell
follow
them
the
this
fucking
shit.
rainbow.
Tell them this shit."
Rainbow story.
Yeah.
They're so
Serious.
gullible. They'll go for it
Yeah.
every
Yep.
time.
No, they're so greedy.
Yeah.
That's what it
And
was.
gullible.
It was greed.
Anybody read about the first time a leprechaun was written or referenced? Yeah. Okay. In 1605.
I did, but now I've
Enlighten all of
forgotten
us.
it.
In 1604, there was a play by Thomas Dekker called The New Whore.
Right.
The
Part,
new.
wait, whoa. Part
ho,
two.
ho.
Part two.
Yeah. Because part one did so well.
Yeah.
had to
There's
come
so
back
many
to
more
it.
whores.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Just the title itself, you knew there was going to be a sequel.
yeah, there
Go
was
ahead.
it was put into, and this is, I quoted this exactly. As for your Irish lubricant, and they called it lubricant.
Not lubricant.
Not yeah. So it
Lubricant.
wasn't it was Lubrican is how they referred to the leprechaun, I guess, supposedly in this. And I still don't even believe this. As for the Irish lubricant, the spirit whom by preposterous charms thy lust has raised in the wrong circle. And that's the quote. So I kind of if the lubricant kind of sounds like lubricant. It really just sounds like, hey, you drunk fucks, the spirits of this, and you're gonna go and sleep with this random lady. That's kind of what it looks to me. But that was the first thing that people kind of refer to as the leprechaun's first thing, as in a
Sexual.
play. But in a play.
Looking here, and it's talking about the meanings. The meaning of the word, it came from the Latin corpus, meaning body, and the Greek small.
Yeah, small body.
Like who for small. But it says research published in 2019 suggests the word derives from the Luperci and is associated with the Roman festival of Lupercalia.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm telling you, but this is all been connected. I've been waiting for this shit.
Yeah.
God.
It
Yeah.
all wraps right
It all wraps
around
around.
to an orgy. Every time. Yes.
Yep.
Every mythical creature.
Those filthy
How do we?
bastards.
It's just a bunch of guys trying
Just
to get
getting
up.
That
on
was
it,
the-
right?
That's always at the root of everything.
I got one more. One more. And so that was the first, it brought up in a play. This is the first, story about one. And the first story was from Fergus, called Fergus McClatchy? I want to say McClatchy. Yeah,
You're gonna say it with force, no matter what. In right or wrong, you say McClatchy.
Fergus McClatchy.
Fergus McClatchy.
Good old
And
Fergus
nobody will
McClatchy.
question you, Matt.
There we go. Fergus McClatchy.
There you go.
So it's the story, and it ends up translating to the adventures of this guy and of Fergus or whatever.
McClatchy.
And it was written in the 8th
bless
century. It was written in the 8th century, and good old King Fergus, he got done, killing in the war and shit. What he does,
As
and
one does.
yeah. And then he ended up taking on this. He took a slave girl after the war. He wanted to go and get his fuck on, and he went to the beach.
Damn.
And he took her to the beach
that's
and did
nice.
some shit non-consensual.
Better
of
than
course.
behind back
Yeah.
shed.
Slave girl.
Slave
kinda.
girl. Remember slave girl.
yeah, I did
And
that.
then when he woke up, supposedly 3 dwarves were pulling him into the water.
As they should.
No shit. They saw what the
you
fuck you
should.
did,
Right?
you son of a bitch. And they never fucking like said they were leprechauns, but they fit every fucking facet of what a leprechaun was in their time. And so then he ends up waking up while they're dragging him into the water, somehow fucking captures all three of them, which I think is fucking hilarious. Like, 1, 2, he grabbed the other one with his dick? I don't know. So
And they have
like,
superhuman strength.
so, yeah, exactly. So he wrangles these three motherfuckers to the point where they grant him the wish. He wanted a charm that would let him breathe underwater.
Aquaman.
Maybe this is the origin of Aquaman. You're right. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Of all the things you could ask for. Okay, anyways.
And but he could not. They're like, sure, cool, but he couldn't go into Dundrum Bay. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, that worked.
That was good.
Good.
That was
I
good.
believe
you, yeah.
You could never go to Dundrum Bay. Right?
Perfect. Yeah.
And here we
Don't
go,
back
man.
off.
And this is why I said the suckle shit. This is so man. So they're like, yeah, here's your charm. You can now breathe underwater. And then these three dwarves they started sucking on his nips. They started like suckling on him. And they said, that is the way that we ask for pity. Yeah, yep, crickets.
Cricket.
That's
I
what
was gonna say.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
I was looking at it. That's what, dude. These are
like-
stories from the past.
You were
I
excited
think you're-
to tell this.
I am. I wanted crickets though for that one.
That was
dude.
that was a great story with no closer at all.
No, dude,
Nothing.
that goes back on
Nothing.
fucking suckling off the cow in fucking our last podcast. Like, this is the second suckling of nipples in a freaking religion.
There's a lot
Or-
of suckling.
Of nipples?
I just
No.
can't. I'm finding it hard to believe that
These
we have
babies
spent
that
this
get
much
thrown.
time on this fucking leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
This has been exciting for me. I had no idea we'd get this much out of this.
That
subject.
story is like when you're at like your family reunion and Uncle Jim has had like too many beers and he's like, yeah, I fought off 3 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then
they started.
tried to drag me in the water,
the
but I made
water.
them suck my nipples. Right?
Dude, this was a
Stop
king.
them.
This was a story from a king. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
so we believe it
Drunk
because
ass
it was a
Yeah.
king.
But
Drunk ass king.
has anybody, we haven't, the real mystery, 3 leprechauns, 2 nipples, okay?
Yeah,
How the fuck
Where's that
does
other
that
nipple?
work?
Where's the other nipple?
How does that work?
Third nipple.
Thinking.
Third nipple? Oh, yeah.
Uncle
Let me,
Tim,
some
you've heard
people have
enough
3
about
nipples.
your magic third nipple. okay?
Inbred. I think
Put
we're
it
going
away.
with that.
Yeah, we're gonna go with
Inbred king.
The 3
Three-nippled
nippled king.
Yeah. And he
Dude, that's what
accidentally
he should be
revealed
called.
that in the story.
Of
He's
course.
Like,
He did. Holy shit. That's
Excuse
his
me,
new name.
Squire.
King Fergus. Good old King Fergus. The
We're
3-nippled king.
Where did the third leprechaun place his lips?
Was it upon thy phallus or third nipple?
All right. Well,
think
I think we got to the bottom of this.
I don't think so.
Thank
I
God.
think we have, just for continuity's sake, we gotta
You
cut
know
her off
what?
now. Before he starts bringing up more suckle stories. Okay.
That's
Oh,
a pot
yeah.
of gold
Hey, look,
right
he's crying.
there.
Look, he's
Not
crying.
yet. Not yet.
crying.
Oh,
They're
please.
about.
Yeah.
They're about to.
All right,
No.
I'm
guys.
about to.
Well, that's leprechauns for
That's
you.
They're the
leprechauns.
Deadpool of
That's right.
creatures.
So happy
The
St. Patrick's
anti-hero.
Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Another holiday for no reason whatsoever.
Go suck on
Yeah.
some titties,
There
guys.
you go.
Started off
Go suck
pagan,
on
no
some
doubt.
titties, guys.
You got
Yes,
it.
I'm sure it did start off pagan. Let's be real. If we've
Mhm.
learned
They
anything,
all do. Everything started pagan, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we organized religions around them.
And learn to make some money.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Lucky Charms, baby.
Like and subscribe.
Lucky Charms.
Comment in this episode. Just tell us what you think Matt should cover next.
What's your favorite kind of leprechaun?
Yeah, tell us your suckle
4.
stories.
The Ishi.
Whoa! It's a whole nother website.
I don't want to open up that Pandora's box, but
Just did.
follow us on Facebook. Go to our Instagram, McCurdy's Comedy Official, and come have a pint with us on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
At the world famous comedy theater, McCurdy's Comedy Theater. See you next time. Good night.